as we move forward, you'll see that Mark Richt is a play caller. When you look back at he called plays at Florida State before he went to Georgia. Florida State offense, I mean, yes, they had more talent than pretty much anybody else. Man, they were dynamic. When he got to Georgia, look, you had A.J. Green, you had Matt Stafford, you had a bunch of guys. Look, they're winning 10, 11, 12 games a year. They're putting up points, yards, numbers. I mean, it stands to reason that Miami can do the same kind of things. So I'm excited that he's getting the rust off. I'm excited that he's getting back integrated into calling plays. So while there was much to be desired, I think I've given you some food for thought as to why Miami can be a really outstanding kind of a team offensively. And before I finish, Mike, what is this guy's name? Mark Helfrich used to coach at Oregon. Miami brought him in for a couple days to talk shop. There was immediately the thought, hey, if we're getting a 10th assistant coach, we could bring in Mark Helfrich and he can integrate that Oregon-style offense. No, that's not happening. Mark has come out and said it was a thought experiment. But I think it's a good thought experiment because in today's game, you do have to have some spread elements in your offense. And if you're bringing in a guy or quarterbacks who can move, and again, my recruiting comparison for N'Kosi Perry was Marcus Mariota, who starred at Oregon. It was coached by Mark Helfrich. It stands to reason that Mark Richt says, hey, why don't you come down for a couple days and we can talk shop about what you did with Marcus Mariota? And I don't know if Mark Richt agrees with that comparison, but on my side of things, that was a comparison that I immediately made that our guy, Justin Tatavio, who's a high school coach, he broke down with X's and O's in video. So I see a connection there right away. So you're bringing in some other elements and things where you're not just going to be 3 yards in a cloud of dust in 1987 Michigan, but you can both do that and also integrate some spread things. You have to be a lifelong learner no matter what your job is, what your profession is. And I think that Mark Richt is doing a good job at that, bringing in other guys and integrating some of those elements of a spread, of the RPO series, of those things into the offense. So, yeah, I'm good with him calling plays, and I think that we're going to see him take a step forward in that area this year.
Cam Underwood from State of the U, and you get a little sample right there, or a lot of sample of why he is, I'm sure after this series of videos, I'm going to say undisputed comment generator.
Yeah, I mean, like I try to be pragmatic in everything that I do. So I'm not out here just trying to troll you like Skip Bayless or something like that. But, I really believe that Mark Richt was the right hire. I believe, that he's going to take a step forward in calling plays. And I think that I like Brad Kaya. I like Brad Kaya a lot. I'm thankful for Brad Kaya. I love what he did. But I think that some of the things that Mark Richt wanted to do on offense were handicapped by the fact that Brad Kaya was not athletic enough to do those on the field. So there are some things that I think that we're going to see. And as you have more speed on the team, in a Mike Harley, in a Jeff Thomas, in a Travis Homer elevating from, being the 5th running back or 4th running back up to the number 2 this year, I think you're going to see a lot of good things. And yeah, I am the undisputed comment generating champion of the world.
And I'm glad you got that in because I was talking so people missed again your celebration.
Yeah,
so
man.
He brings a pragmatic approach with passion. I think that caps it off. And then also, you're a storyteller, Cam. So we're glad to have you. It's always a fun discussion. I always learn a ton, not just about Miami football, but about the inner workings of any collegiate program, and from the CEO or the head coach on down to the grassroots. So, Cam, we appreciate the time. Folks out there, you got to catch our positional breakdowns, a lot of recruiting updates from Cam in recent weeks, and now we're diving into the mailbag as well because you're providing so many comments that it stirs up even more conversation. Cam, we appreciate the time, man.
Yeah, I mean, it's always fun. I know I sometimes get off on tangents while doing the answers, but I think that's why some people love what I do, but a lot of people hate what I do. But you know what? Whether you love it or hate it, go on over to stateoftheu.com. We have a lot of content over there. Baseball season's in full swing, even though it's not going great for Miami this year. Basketball season, still have our post-mortem series on the last season going up. obviously we have spring football, we have other football commentary, and we're going to have even more fun stuff. So hopefully you signed up for some of the stuff that's on the website. But if not, now is your time. StateOfU.com. We're always there for you.
And as I understand it, you need to warm up the bat rack a little bit. That would help.
Whoo, buddy, man. Yeah, I don't know if what we need to do, go back to those 2001 bats with the trampoline kind of barrels. But, man, yeah, it's a struggle when you can't hit. And the formula for Miami baseball, and this is inside baseball for those of you looking for football commentary, but the formula was pitching, defense, and timely hitting for this year's team. Because when you lose a number 10 draft pick like a Zach Collins, who had 70 home runs in his Miami career or something around there. You lose Willie Abreu, who had, 70 power on a baseball 20-80 scale, so really good. Jacob Hayward, Jason Hayward's younger brother, you lose him. All three of those guys off that lineup who were mashers. Those were our power guys. And then, the guys who could have replaced them got signed by MLB teams out of high school. So there's just this vacuum of offensive ability on this team this year that's bad. And, the pitching has not really stood up. In large part, and the defense last night, I think we had 4 or 5 errors. So, when you need pitching, defense, and timely hitting, and you're not getting any hitting, it's just one of the tent poles of the team, really, really just not living up to our expectations. So hopefully something will come of that. If not, we have 2 guys, John Reynolds and Wade Miley, I believe are their names, who are doing baseball coverage and commentary for us at State of the U, and they've talked a lot about these kind of things. So, I love baseball more than anything. It's my favorite sport, but we have guys who love it even more than me, who know even more than I do, and they're telling you about it on StateOfU.com. So for all your Miami Hurricanes needs, be sure that you click on our website, and thanks for watching.
All right, Cam, thank you so much.
See ya.